includes the pretty much, all of Van Buren County or most of Van Buren County, Hartford, South Haven, and then up into Allegan County as well. This for wind gusts likely 60 miles an hour, I would guess, with this.
Yes, let me give you the details on that.
Okay.
We're talking about radar indicated wind gusts of 60 miles per hour.
Okay.
Allegan, Hartford, South Haven, Matawan, Paw Paw, Lawton, all in the gun here.
Okay, and worth mentioning too, Keith.
On that, we're talking about radar indicated wind gusts of 60 miles per hour.
Okay.
Allegan, Hartford, South Haven, Matawan, Paw Paw, Lawton, all in the gun here.
Okay, and worth mentioning too, Keith, these lines that we're going to see move in before it's all said and done through late tonight still could have some embedded rotation within them. So through about 11 p.m. tonight. So we're still on guard despite this initial round this afternoon, early evening. Now kind of wrapping up, we're going to turn our attention to what's off to the west. We'll send it to break, I believe, now, and we'll have some later. We're gonna go to Andy now with our photos.
Yeah, well, thanks. We are getting some great photos and video of this tornado. A lot of this very eerily reminiscent of Portage in May of 2024. Lots of devastating images coming in to our Chime In page. These are being sent primarily from the Three Rivers area, also Union City, where Will was just talking about that tornado touching down near Union Lake. We do want you to not only view these for yourself to see the kind of damage we're hearing about, but submit your own photos. You can do that on our Chime In page at WWMT.com. We'll have updated weather coverage as another severe thunderstorm warning approaches our lakeshore area. And Van Buren County in particular, our coverage of the storms continues right after this short break.
Covering West Michigan to protect and alert you. This is News Channel 3, live at 6.
Good evening to you. We begin tonight with powerful storm video out of Three Rivers. This is right near the Menard store just off US 131 in Three Rivers, which did take a direct hit tonight from a tornado and appears to have lost at least part of its roof. Also damage reports at a storage center near there and the Three Rivers Hospital. We're getting lots of calls, videos, photos, and more. We've seen homes just destroyed. Tonight, we are all hands on deck with multiple crews surveying the damage in the Three Rivers area and also in the Union City area specifically. And we're talking with folks who just lived through a terrifying late afternoon. We'll begin with our Chief Meteorologist, Keith Thompson, in the Weather Alert Center, who's been tracking these storms now for several hours. Keith.
Yeah, Andy, you know, it started with this one isolated cell in Cass County, but that's the one that then gained strength and roared through the Three Rivers area, as we're documenting right now, as a tornado, and then continued moving right along M60, running through eastern St. Joe County, and then right on into southern Calhoun County, right along the Calhoun Branch County line there around Union City and Union Lake. Putting down yet another tornado that we've seen video of. Let's get to the active scene that we have going on right now, because we do have not a tornado warning, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. And it's for this cell that we're looking at live right now. You see the lightning as we're looking at the rain, the thunderstorm that is now moving right down the Black River Channel. This is our live camera here looking to the west, right down the channel and right out onto the big lake. Here it is on live Doppler radar, that severe thunderstorm warning, where I have the arrow that is pointing to Allegan County and also into Van Buren County. It's really the north half of Van Buren County, I-94 north, and the southern half of Allegan County. This is where there could be wind gusts of 60 miles per hour, and that's why there's a severe thunderstorm warning for this area until 7 o'clock tonight. Zooming in just a little bit closer to give you an idea, Allegan, it will be arriving in your neighborhood in the next 10 to 15 minutes. South Haven, it's already over you. As I showed you just a few moments ago, it's going to be moving right down M43. Bangor will be headed into your area in the next minute or two as it continues to race off to the east. We'll get a wider view. This is part of a line of thunderstorms. And by the way, that storm damage with the tornadoes, that was from a single cell, an isolated cell. What we have coming through right now is a line of thunderstorms, and obviously already producing a severe thunderstorm warning in southern Allegan, northern Van Buren County, but it's part of a line that goes all the way down into Illinois. And our hour-by-hour forecast shows you that at 7 o'clock tonight, we'll see more of those thunderstorms moving right on the lakeshore, and we're going to be under the gun here until midnight, when along I-94, we're going to see some of these thunderstorms as well. Another round, a second wave will be coming through between about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow and about 9, 10 o'clock. By noon, everything is going to be moving out, and then our weather will start to get a little bit quieter. It has been a very active afternoon in the Weather Center here. Meteorologist Will Haney with me with some incredible video that you supplied us with those storms. Will, what do you have?
Yeah, Keith, we've been getting a lot of photos, videos into our Chime In page, and this one, very, very intense from Trenton McGill out in Three Rivers, and you can see very defined funnel there. Very turbulent as well, and this is why we likely had some reports of a multi-vortex tornado, not only in Three Rivers, it was a broad area of rotation, but then also in the Union City area. This video, watch this, TJ Second steps outside, I believe this is Union Lake in the Union City area, which was one of the locations we were calling out as this storm was tracking right along that Calhoun Branch County line. This is a very strong tornado, classic little funnel, obviously, in clear contact with the ground, kicking up tons of debris. And even as we were watching this, Keith and myself, you can pick out a couple different vortexes within that main circulation. So when we talk about some of the stronger tornadoes that our area sees, that is something that's a clear indication of that. And like I said, one of the more scary tornado videos I've seen in my time here at Channel 3. So at least 2 confirmed tornadoes based on spotter reports, video reports that we've seen. And it's kind of funny, we don't often confirm tornadoes until the National Weather Service actually surveys them. And this is one of those rare scenarios where we can really confirm based on a lot of the video and, of course, damage reports. The first one that happened just before 4 p.m. was, of course, in that Three Rivers area, which we showed you live pictures of. And then the second one, a little less than an hour later in Union City. And just kind of a funny, not funny, but just odd personal note, I was actually at a school talk this morning talking to kindergartners in Three Rivers, and we were talking about your severe weather plan and going home that day and making sure you're staying weather aware. So I certainly hope those kiddos are all okay, but just kind of a odd timing with all of that. Now, as Keith mentioned, we're still going to have to be on guard the next several hours, really through about, I would say, 11 p.m. That's this round that we're in now, this next line that's going to be pushing in, which could still pose a limited threat of gusty winds, hail, and even some spin-up tornadoes as well. We're going to talk more about around for tomorrow morning coming up a little later in the show. Andy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Will. All of this was just round one. We've got several crews out and about in St. Joseph County after those storms moved through this afternoon. As Will mentioned, they are tornadoes. Our Indiana border counties took a real beating from at least two that touched down a short time ago. Our Tyler Brummett joins us again from Three Rivers. Tyler.
Yeah, Andy, you know, we've been here on Spring Street really for the last hour or so, just getting a look at the damage. We've made our way through the street. We're close to King Street now, the intersection there. I kind of just want to show you some of the damage here in case you are just now joining us. Look at this tree right here. My goodness, it was just ripped up and obviously it toppled over. You can see there the concrete, the sidewalk coming along with it. And as you see kind of there, you can see the branches, the roots of the tree kind of just sitting there. And it's just incredible to look at. And it's just unimaginable as well. You can see that we've got power lines down, and the mayor of Three Rivers is urging people right now to stay off the roads because of the fact that they've got emergency crews really going door to door, checking on people, making sure that they are okay. I talked with a homeowner who has busted out windows. She said that she is fine, but she was emotional. I also want to bring in here Becky Williams. Becky, I appreciate your time. You said you've lived here since 2001.
Correct.
You haven't seen anything like this before.
I have not ever seen anything like this ever, only on the newscasts. This is just amazing to see the devastation, but knowing that everybody's okay, that's the main thing. It's a little emotional to see all the devastation, but we'll get through it.
I know just a moment ago, one of your colleagues came over here and checked on you. What kind of went through your mind when you saw her come around and you knew she's okay?
She's actually my manager, and she's always been the best. And she just let us know that my company, True Cordy, is actually going to put us up into a motel. That is just, I can't tell you the words to even describe what that means to me, that a company cares for us so much.
Certainly great to hear. I also kind of just want to ask you, as far as when the storm moved through, where were you? What did you see? What did you hear?
I was actually still at work in the basement. So all I heard was a whoosh. We were actually in a lower level below ground. So that was what I heard, was just a whoosh. And then it was over, and we went out and we could just see off in the distance the circulating of the clouds and the devastation that was going on around us. My husband was actually here, and he said it was just a horrendous sound when it went through, but it was like a minute.
I know the sound that we're hearing now, we're hearing people obviously try to pick up the pieces. I know when I came into town, heard a lot of sirens as well, and we've had state police troopers come through making sure everyone's okay.
Yes, they came back through here. The fire department was first through and making sure that obviously my neighbor's house is gone, and so they didn't want him there, so they were going door to door checking on us. And then our state police officers came through and tagged the house to let everybody know that we were safe.
25 years here. What's kind of just going through your mind when you look at the house? And I'm sure you have so many memories here.
Well, it is just an object, but it is, we didn't suffer nearly the damage that others have. But it's heart-wrenching to see your home that you've worked hard for in the condition that it is, but we'll get through it.
What would your message be to your neighbors right now?
If you need anything, we're here. We definitely are going to support anybody that we can, if we can find chainsaws, whatever it would be. And we love our neighbors. They've been the best.
All right, Becky, thank you for your time. I wish we were meeting under different circumstances, obviously. But again, I kind of just want to show you guys here. Look, we've got this tree here. We've got power lines down off in the distance. And just back here, you can see belongings that were kind of just tossed around, kind of at a loss for words right now. You just hate to see this, and seeing it in person, it kind of, as we have said a few times, takes us back to what happened in Portage just 2 years ago, nearly 2 years ago, and what's happened in a few other communities. So of course, we are going to stay on top of this. We're going to bring you the very latest here in Three Rivers. Videographer Patrick Hagan and I, we're going to go around, look at the damage here throughout the evening hours here to kind of just see what people are dealing with. But I'll tell you, on the bright side, if there's a silver lining here, we have a resilient neighborhood who's banding together already to help each other out. We see people already on roofs. I don't know if we can show that real quickly. Sorry, Pat, I know kind of just tricked you there, but you can see we've got someone already up on the roof. We've seen pieces of those roofs just scattered all over Spring Street here. So obviously we'll see neighbors continue to help each other out. And of course, we will be here to cover this, document this for you, and of course, bring you the very latest as these efforts continue. I'll send it back to you guys there in the studio.
We thank you. A severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren and Allegan counties until 7. Keith and Will are monitoring that. That'll be round 2 as it moves inland. But our Autumn Pitcher is surveying more damage after round 1, a tornado that tore through St. Joseph County and Three Rivers specifically a couple of hours ago now. Autumn.
Yeah, we are here in the Grant and Douglas neighborhood where homes were hit very hard, extensive damage throughout this neighborhood. And we were just showing you this home behind us here. You can see the roof was just ripped off that home, siding also torn off, and windows busted out as well. This is one of the homes that was the hardest hit in this neighborhood, almost destroyed, I would say. And if you take a look at this pile right here, it's a pile of personal belongings. This is really heartbreaking because we are seeing these houses not only damaged, but personal belongings that are scattered across the way. And believe it or not, that was actually a shed where you see that pile. You can see a bicycle, you can see other personal belongings. It's hard to make out some of the stuff there, but that just shows you how extensive this damage is. If you walk with me over here, I want to show you, this is another home that was hit hard as well. You can see the siding of this garage that was ripped off. Just shows you how strong this tornado was. And I want to come over here and talk with this family, because this family here, they are all alive and well, and you guys are very thankful tonight. You have children, you have 5-month-old and your 4-year-old daughter, and you were not home when this happened.
No, so this is the residence of my parents, Mike and Pam King, and of myself and my sister. And I had just gotten home, and my mother and I went to go pick up the kids from the Catholic school daycare. And as we did, the tornado hit. We were thankfully in the bathroom at that time. No one else in our home was currently home, but we just sang praises. We felt our ears pop, and we heard some booms, but when we came out, our vehicles are totaled or have damage, and there's damage on the back of the house too. So
you were picking up your 4-year-old daughter from the daycare just across the street there, and they told you the tornado was coming. It was coming fast, and they actually told you to stay there, right? For safety, they told you stay right here.
Yes, so we all stayed inside, and we're just so grateful. We're so grateful. It was a miracle by God that we all stayed safe. No one was home. Even our fellow neighbors are safe too, and we're very grateful.
And can we see your daughter? My gosh, she's been kind of just playing and camping out and just
hanging out on the phone with me.
She's just chilling. She's hanging out on the phone, and she's looking around and seeing everything, probably for the first time seeing anything like this.
Yes, she does have some damage. Has some damage to her bedroom windows, so she was a little distraught about her bedroom, but we'll get it all fixed up, and we're just grateful she's okay.
I mean, what a miracle that you guys were not inside. We're seeing homes extensively damaged and even destroyed from your neighbors here in this area. But I think what's really a miracle that we're hearing is so many people weren't home. Is that right? So many people in this neighborhood. You guys were out and about, and probably thankfully so.
Yes, I believe God just protected all of us and our neighbors. Very grateful.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you guys are okay. And then just tell me a little bit about your next steps. We see the damage to your home. Was there damage to the roof as well? It's kind of hard to see everything over here. What's the damage looking like? We see the siding here.
The siding is bad, but the worst is the window in the kitchen was all glass. It's all blown in. There's the kitchen, the living room, and the bedroom have damage. So we'll get that fixed up.
When I look at the houses around, I think they're really fortunate right here though, because they have a roof still. So many of these neighbors don't have any roofs. So we'll be able to board up their windows, and they'll have someplace dry to go.
Yes.
Yeah. And you guys, are you planning to stay or?
We have family that will probably help out, and we've had people from the church stop by and check on us and our neighbors, so we're very grateful.
We're so glad. And obviously, too, you guys are a family. I mean, my gosh, you got over here, we got a little one, is that right? And you said this is your niece here, and she was over at the daycare as well. So thankfully not in the home, but look at this little cutie right here. And so tell me a little bit more about that daycare, and are you glad they were over there?
Yes, I was actually at work and I saw the tornado heading straight towards the daycare, so it broke my heart. But I'm very glad that my mom and sister were over there with her.
And just there to comfort her during that time, and she was front of mind.
Yes, yes, very thankful.
And she's certainly a cutie. Look at those blue eyes. And so tell me, you're so emotional and choked up right now. I'm sure you guys are going through so much. I mean, what was running through your mind? Like you just said, you heard a tornado coming in the direction of that daycare.
Yes, I just prayed that God would protect them, and he did. Yeah.
And what does that mean to you that everybody's okay right now?
It means so much. I'm very thankful my family is okay. It means everything to me. Yeah.
We're so glad too. And guys, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and I just want to thank your family so much for being here with us today and joining us as we cover this damage here in Three Rivers. Now, we talked about this a little bit earlier today, but this is also something I wanted to mention. The hospital is about a mile or two. Would you guys say the hospital is about a mile or two from this neighborhood? So we've been hearing ambulances. We're hoping that everyone is okay, that there's no injuries, but we're still hearing a lot of the ambulances going to the hospital. And something else that happened is that the emergency department right over there at the ER, the windows were busted out from the strong winds from the tornado. So I was speaking to hospital officials over there with Three Rivers Hospital at Beacon, and they were saying that they are still accepting intakes as well. So even though those windows are busted out, there's a lot of action over there at the emergency department. They are still taking those intakes as well. So just something that we're monitoring in this area, but we will send it back to you for now in Three Rivers. Autumn Pitcher, News Channel 3.
Hear those sirens as well, Autumn. Thank you. We are encouraged by the fact that we've not heard about any loss of life or significant injuries, both of which, of course, very possible when a tornado touches down. We've got crews on the scene there monitoring damage in St. Joseph County, also parts of Branch County. We've got people sending in videos and photos to us. We want to see yours as well. Help us tell this weather story. Be sure to include your name and where the video footage was taken. You can stay on top of the weather in West Michigan before it hits. You can download our News Channel 3 Weather Alert app. It is free. You simply search WWMT Weather in the App Store or Google Play, or scan the QR code on your screen right now to download. Again, our Chime In page to submit your photos and videos, also on our website. We're back with more coverage of the approaching storm and the tornadoes that rolled through earlier when we come right back.
Thank you for turning to News Channel 3 at 6. The news continues right now.
We're still looking at some of these storms. We want to update you on the latest on a severe thunderstorm warning that we have that covers a couple of counties here. That is Van Buren County and also Allegan County. You see that shaded in orange. That goes until 7 o'clock. The threat here, it's radar indicated, but is for 60-mile-per-hour gusts with this line of storms coming through. By the way, this has no signatures of all of a tornado right now. There's no threat of that at this time. Of course, we're going to continue to keep an eye on that. The threat here is going to be of 60-mile-per-hour wind. There could be some hail, but it is less than 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Getting a little bit closer to show you where we're talking about. It's already moved through South Haven, and right now it is bearing down on Allegan, right down M40 to Paw Paw. And again, the main threat here is going to be from winds that could be gusting up to 60 miles per hour. Now, you see I've got an arrow here on these storms. The southern tip of this, the southern edge of this, looks like it'll be making it into the Three Rivers area around 7 to 7:15. That's important because for folks who are going to be outside doing cleanup, you got to remember when more of this approaches with lightning, then you need to be inside. So that's going to be around about 7 o'clock to about 7:15 in the Three Rivers area. Some more storms moving through. So if you're out trying to clean up there, then you need to make sure that you go inside when that comes. By the way, Three Rivers public officials are saying to please stay away from the area there. Of course, there's a lot of work to be done. And so the officials there are saying, please stay away from that area. A severe thunderstorm watch, by the way, has been issued. This from the Storm Prediction Center. That goes until 11 o'clock tonight. And you can see that covers Allegan, Berry, Van Buren, Kalamazoo, Calhoun, St. Joe, Branch, Cass, and Berrien County. That goes until 10 o'clock tonight. And so we are going to continue to be under a storm watch here until then. This is a live look right now with our Peregrine Tower camera. We're looking to the west, and that's that approaching storm that is now moving through Van Buren County. So that's going to be moving through the Kalamazoo area here in the next half hour or so, and that could be bringing some of those strong wind gusts, perhaps even up to 60 miles per hour. Right now, no warning for Kalamazoo County, but the warning does exist until 7 o'clock for the southern half of Allegan and for the northern half, or the northernmost part of Van Buren County. We'll continue to have more weather coverage coming up for you just a little bit later on. Andy?
We know at least 2 tornadoes touching down Three Rivers, also Union City. Ava Ray is joining us there to explain what she is seeing. Ava.
Andy, I'm in downtown Union City right now, and we're seeing a lot of damage. We're also seeing downed power lines, trees on houses. You can see across the street here, and we're going to walk with me in a second. This tree's just snapped in half. This one's covering an entire yard. We've got homeowners out here, and there's already crews. Just about 30 minutes ago, this little stretch along the road here was completely covered and blocked off. But crews have been in here plowing through that. To my left here, you can see tree went right through the window, and to the house next to that, which we'll try to get a better shot of later, is a tree completely through a roof. The homeowner tells me it's devastating, but he's going to work through this. He worked a long time to get his yard already fixed and beyond these houses, which you can't see now, but it's going to be a long stretch of just downed trees. We're also seeing, and I'm not sure what they are, but these water bags along the trees. They seem to have gotten here recently, but again, those power lines and these trees on houses, that's where it's going to be the most dangerous. And again, we're seeing a lot of action out here. It's just this whole stretch. This is where I've been so far, but we will keep you updated with what we're learning and what homeowners are saying. Live in downtown Union City, Ava Ray, News Channel 3.
All right, Ava is in Union City, Union Lake. We saw that very well-defined tornado coming through from a viewer who sent us that video, and we thank you for that.
Yeah, tremendous. As Will said, one of the stronger ones that he's seen since he's been here, and I would vouch for the same thing, that the power and the intensity of that, and so I can only imagine what damage we're seeing there. These storms, as they continue to approach Kalamazoo, are going to be bringing some strong wind. A new severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued by the National Weather Service for Berrien and part of Cass County. So Berrien and part of Cass County, a severe thunderstorm warning. And that goes, by the way, with a severe thunderstorm warning for Allegan County and for Van Buren County. What we're looking at here right now is a threat for straight line winds. And so this is not at this time a tornado threat, but there could be winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour with these storms moving through. And important to note, as I showed you a little bit earlier, that it looks like these are going to be coming through the Three Rivers area probably at about 7 o'clock. And so if you're in the Three Rivers area there, then you need to make sure that you are not out whenever those storms are moving through. But that's a look right now at Allegan and Van Buren counties. You see those storms moving through the area there now with some gusty winds. I haven't seen any storm reports coming out of this line that's coming through, but now just in from the National Weather Service, also a severe thunderstorm warning for Berrien County and western Cass County, including Dowagiac, for example. And that is for, again, some winds that could be in excess of 60 miles per hour. We're going to continue monitoring this. Just a reminder, we have that severe thunderstorm watch now for much of the area. And that's going to be going until 10 o'clock tonight, or 11 o'clock tonight. So we'll continue to keep that part of the story updated as well.
And this storm could actually go over some of the areas already hit by that tornado as it approaches St. Joseph County.
Yeah, and also
Calhoun,
in Union City, where Abel was
Ranch.
just, and remember when those storms move through, if you hear thunder, if you see lightning, you have to stop what you're doing outside and get inside.
And should anything turn tornadic, a car is not safe, a mobile home is not safe, the lowest windowless room you can get to should anything pop up like that again. In the meantime, we've got lots to cover tonight, lots of damage. Thankfully, no serious injuries reported yet, but we're still calling to find out more about the damage done by 2 tornadoes and monitoring the approaching severe thunderstorm. We'll see you later on tonight.